Okay, bitch means female dog, but no one really uses it that way in day-to-day life, right? Like, bitch is often used as a synonym for pussy, as in, like, someone who's a coward. You know, like saying, oh man, quit being a bitch and get up that ladder. Or, is Dave hanging with the boys tonight? Nah, he bitched out. But interestingly, it can also kind of be a synonym for cunt. Like a person, usually a female, who's, uppity, annoying, abrasive, mean. Like, oh man, Jenny from work, she's a total bitch. When you call a man a bitch, you rarely mean it in that way. You mean it more in the pussy coward sense. And weirdly, pussy and cunt refer to the same body part, but they come with very different connotations. This is funny how, like, the genderedness of all this works out. Like, what is some of the worst things you can say to another man is to imply that he's feminine, or like imply he's a woman.
That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
Right? It doesn't really work as much the other way around. Or you can also say like, oh, work was a bitch. And that just means work sucked. Or you can say, quit your bitching. And that means stop complaining. It's a very versatile word. All of this is for me to say, I'm unironically a Pokemon simp. She's my queen. I've never really watched her content, but just the sheer amount of hate she gets in like these regular 6-month intervals. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, kind of makes me want to root for her. And recently, with all the kick drama, she's been getting a lot of hate again. Which overall, I mean, some of the things she said was dumb, but a lot of it I actually agreed with. But regardless, that's not the point of this. One of the dumb things she said is that a lot of the criticism she gets is because she's a woman.
The way that people treat me deters any other woman in this space from genuinely talking about their honest opinions or behaving how they probably really want to, because they recognize the treatment that they can expect.
I don't think this is as true as she thinks it is. The main reason people don't like her is actually even more fundamental than that, and I think she will never figure it out unless someone tells her. And that is her tone of voice. Just the way she speaks, she kind of comes across as someone who's super fake and condescending and bitchy with her tone of voice.
Like, I understand, if you need to make money, for me to do cringe shit when I have I can't. Like, ew.
There is something like Regina George-ish about her, and that's multiplied by the female part, Personally, I don't think she is actually any of those things, at least by streamer standards. I don't think she's like way out there and way worse than most of them, in terms of being like fake or smug or whatever. Like, I personally know people who speak a little bit like her, and I understand it feels weird and fake, but they're actually like genuine, at least most of the time.
I'm gonna be honest, I have a big mouth. I do, and I recognize that. And so, do I deserve people to, respond to whatever I say? For sure. I'm putting my opinion out there, right? It's just the extent to which things like that snowball seem so extreme and not worth it.
Like, this is super reasonable from her. If you're going to be opinionated and put your opinions out there, like, you will get some criticism for it. I think that's fine. But Jesus, I don't think anyone else gets the amount of shit she does for, like, the types of things she says or does. Because if you actually look at, like, what is the worst shit she's actually done, like, over the years, it's like, I think she put out a couple of not very good, like, copyright claims or strikes, which she has since apologized for. And she had, like, some pretty mild drama with people. And in some cases, I feel she was either right or, like, at least somewhat understandable, her perspective. Sure, she sometimes made like a dumb statement or whatever, but like literally everyone does. I don't think hers were like super egregious. Like, so many way more popular people have said way dumber shit and have done way worse things. Like, they've been super toxic, or they're like just straight up scam their audience, or some of them are like sexual assaulters. Like, come on. Like Trainwrecks, I mean, he has like scammed his audience with like his Jolt coin shit from years ago. He's actually snaked people multiple times. He's the most paranoid fucking weirdo, and yet he's got like this reputation for being like a real one, like, oh, say what you want about Train, but he's a real one. Like, Train is actually someone who I think is like a fake, sycophantic, slimy type of dude who only gets to any decent positions in life because he like sucks up to people and then stabs them in the back when it suits him. And I only see him get criticism on LSF. Like, where are the YouTube hit pieces on him? I'm the only one who made one. Like, I still think my shitty hit piece on him is like the only one that exists. Oh, also all those people saying like, oh, she's jealous she didn't get a Kick deal, that's why she's criticizing it. Like, do you know how stupid you are? Do you know how quickly Kick would jump to get her on the platform? Like, that Eddie guy who owns Stake even said that he would love to have her.
In terms of people we wanted to work with who turned us down, I'll be honest, we really wanted to work with Pokimane, actually. That was a name that we kind of discussed early on, but I don't think she wants to work with us, actually. So
that is actually crazy, obviously, given the circumstance to Jake's
reaction. No, I'm
reaction.
serious. Like, we were big fans, but I don't listen. That's all right. That's okay.
The type of audience she brings over, the kind of brand recognition, having someone like her on your new streaming platform is arguably almost as valuable as having like XUC. Now, maybe you disagree with her, but maybe she talks shit about Kick because she actually believes what she's saying. And for everyone who says like, oh, if you take a stand against that, then you're just virtue virtue signaling that I want to say that any streamer who says that they are for Kick, then they're actually just paid off to say it. Like, if you're going to imply one side is disingenuous, I'm going to say the other people are too. But like over the years, I don't know if anyone has gotten more shit than her, like in the commentary space or whatever. But yeah, I think it's like the whole tone of voice and the fact that she just comes across as a fake bitch. Kind of unfortunate on her part, and I don't think she'll ever see it. Pokimane, she's my African queen.
Nigga, you ain't funny.